Hey, what's up? I just wanted to show y'all real quick these fuel injectors as I'm putting them in. This is your lower intake manifold. We got the new gaskets on the bottom, the blue ones. It's all been cleaned up. The injectors are gonna squirt gas from the bottom in through this hole, and they're installed from the top. Anyways, here's your new gaskets on the top that the top intake sits to, but I wanted to show you all this because this is a pretty expensive little part. This is $90 plus tax each. So long story short, they come with these O-rings on them. You got your blue and you got your red, and it's real important to lubricate them before you shove them in the hole. I just get a little bit of oil like that and put a little bit of oil around it, and then you shove them right in the hole. And these you can't really get wrong because they have the teeth that line them in and lock them into place. And then when you install them, the screws here hold it down. So this will come here. You want to come closer? And this will sit in the holes right there. Now I'll do the same thing, put some oil here. You don't want to like damage one of these O-rings trying to shove it in there, so I'll put a coat of oil there, coat of oil around the rubber, and then pop it down into place, and then you obviously connect your fuel line here. So these are all the ones that came out of here, and these fuel injectors technically are still good, but they got 177,000 miles on them. We're doing a tune-up and overhaul, and it's time to replace them. This is not the part number for the fuel injectors. This is the part number for the intake gasket set. This is where the fuel injectors came in from Napa, part number 39214. And like I said, $90 each. So do the math. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $600 in fuel injectors. Pretty expensive, you know. But 177,000 miles. It's time to do it, you know. And he's gonna get way better gas mileage, way better fuel response. He works this thing, so this is a good investment. Not everybody does this. Most people wait for it to go bad and then do it. He's gonna notice a huge difference in how this truck runs because of the fact that he didn't skimp out. Napa, quality made parts, not that made in China, white box, cheap stuff. So you get what you pay for. I'll close in saying a mechanic is only as good as the parts you give him. If you give him cheap stuff, it don't matter how good of a job he does, you gave him cheap stuff to work with. Make sense? So don't be cheap. Give your mechanic good stuff, and make sure it's a mechanic that's gonna do good work. And document the work so there's always proof, and enjoy the benefits. Anyways, short video. This is getting ready to go back on. Thank you for your assistance with the camera, sir. I'm gonna take it and record something else over here real quick. This is the sexy truck it's going in. We took that oil filter housing out, that dirty one, and I just wanted to show the new one installed. And yes, it looks nice. Nice and clean. I got a new clamp on that hose, and then got both the oil pressure switch and the oil sending unit plug underneath it. So got both of those plugs in, got everything torqued down into spec, and the valve covers are on. We're ready to install the lower intake manifold fuel injectors I just showed you, and then we'll finish up installing the padding that goes on top of the valve cover, put the intake manifold back on, air filter, all that, and get this back to the customer. So I'm just making these little videos again to document what's being done to this particular truck. Later down the road, he decides he wants to sell it. I doubt he will. Wouldn't be a smart thing. But, you know, later down the road, he would have proof of the work being done. The other aspect of it is, today is what, February the, crap, I don't even know today's date. Today's the 3rd, February the 3rd. Beautiful 56 Cadillac. Okay, so today is February the 3rd, according to our Napa calendar. Thank you, Napa, for the calendar. So yeah, in the future, when he watches this video, he will be able to be like, oh man, when was it that I did that? I don't remember. I think it was a year ago or whatever. No, he can watch the video and know the exact date that this work was done. It's a lot better than just marking it, and sometimes the marks fade off. And the mileage, it's just a smidge under 177,000 miles. It's like 176,932, if I remember correctly, to be exact. So I'm just rounding that 176,932 up to 177,000 miles. This work is being performed. Follow the other videos. The transmission was done, filter, gasket, all one assembly, AMSOIL in there. Everything I've done to the top of the motor, valve covers, spark plugs, coils, fuel injectors, oil filter, housing, leak. We're gonna go ahead and do a few other things to this on the next visit, rear differential, serpentine bell, other maintenance stuff like that. Oh yeah, thermostat, water pump, tensioner, pulley. We're gonna do a few more things to it, but this round is well documented, and we'll continue to document everything else we do to it. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'm gonna wrap this up, slap this thing back together. There really won't be any more videos on this until you see it running again here shortly. Take care.